Whether you've seen this show yet or not, we have to talk about Baby Reindeer, Netflix's latest hit based on a true story from its star and creator Richard Gadd, who befriends a woman who shows up to his bar only to turn out to be an utter psycho stalker. And now, because it's a true story, the internet has gone abuzz trying to figure out who the real life Martha is. And it turns out she just outed herself. And she's comparing herself to Johnny Depp? Oh no, girl. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signer. Now, if you've seen Baby Reindeer, we are going to get to the real life tweets, messages, photos of the real life Martha. So don't go anywhere. But those of you who have yet to see the show, I wanted to give you sort of a little bit of a review up front to just tell you this show is incredible. And in fact, I would go watch it before you watch this video if you haven't seen it already. Save this video, go hit save, smash the like before you go, and then come back and watch this afterwards because I think you'll enjoy this video even more. But for those of you who don't have Netflix or don't care that much, I'm going to break it down as best I can without a lot of spoilers. But just be warned, this show is really well done. It is heavy though, guys. In fact, there are some warnings on certain episodes that may trigger some viewers. So just read those graphic warnings carefully. Be prepared. This is a roller coaster of emotions. Honestly, I still keep thinking about parts of this show. The acting is fantastic all around. So many people involved, especially the woman playing Martha. I hope they win all the awards. It's just so real. It's a story about abuse, and it's dark, but it's also funny at times and heavy and frustrating. I ran through the gauntlet of emotions on this, but I was just so impressed by its rawness, its realness, that no one's really a perfect victim, if you will. There is so much going on in this show that, again, I can't give it a high enough 2 thumbs up. Go check out Baby Reindeer. It's very intense. It's very good. And again, this woman, the real life actress of this, pardon, I should have had her name here, but she's incredible in this role. Incredible. And you wonder, like, this can't be that real. This can't be real, right? And then lo and behold, you go and find this tweet from 2014. And if you've seen the show, you're going to go, what? Oh, and there's tons of them. There's tons of them. So this is what ultimately sent Sleuth out. And this is a public tweet to the creator in a debunked account, apparently both of these accounts. But you can sort of go in there and see the connection and the typos and everything about this woman to know, oh my goodness, yeah, this is real. Now, for those of you who don't know what the show is, yes, as I sort of set it up, Richard Gadd plays his character Donny. He meets this woman, Martha, who shows up to the bar. She's clearly disheveled. She's sad. She says she's a lawyer. She can't afford a drink, and so he gives her a free Diet Coke. And instantly, she's so happy that she sort of just immediately begins talking and then showing up and then becoming obsessed with this guy. And this guy's sort of down out in his luck, and he clearly likes the attention of someone finally paying attention to him in this sort of way and really looking at him at such positive eyes that he's sort of okay with it. But the show then takes some ugly turns, and she ultimately becomes a stalker, obsessed with him, nonstop emailing him. You see constant texts and from my iPhone things throughout the whole show. And yes, Baby Reindeer is a nickname that she gives the man. No, there's no real reindeer in this show. But ultimately she calls him her baby reindeer is what this is about. A lot more happens. In fact, some very serious twists and turns of the show that I won't get into here. But that's what this show is about. But this character of Martha is an intense character in the show, seemingly lovable, but then you quickly realize her own mental illness. The show does a really good job at handling mental illness and abuse and these sort of things in a way that I just haven't seen a show like this handled before. And yes, here she is, the real life Martha. Allegedly, let me be clear, allegedly is here. She's here, and she's now done an interview. If you're curious, that's the photo. Photos of her have now been popping out because she has put herself out there due to these tweets and things. And she's out there calling herself very attractive. And I'm a lawyer, says real Baby Reindeer stalker, as she threatens now to sue Netflix. The woman thought to be the real life stalker is threatening to sue it. The gritty real life drama inspired by the ordeal suffered by Scots creator and leading man Richard Gadd. There they are. There she is again, real life Martha, allegedly, based on all these reports. I don't want to get sued or anything else. Harrowing tale follows barman Donny Dunn as life falls apart at the hands of a stalker played by Jessica Gunning. That's who it is. I thought it was Jessica. I didn't want to say it wrong. Jessica Gunning, oh my God, deserves all the awards this year. Incredible performance. She is just so good in this role. Bravo to Jessica Gunning. And so he offers her a cup of tea at the London bar. Sorry, Diet Coke comes in later, but it's a tea at the start. The deranged Baby Reindeer maniac bombarded the comic with 41,000 emails, 744 tweets, 100 pages of letters, and 350 hours of voicemails over a 4-year reign of terror. Gadd claimed he went to great lengths to conceal the identity of the woman who stalked him in real life and has begged fans not to search for her. But you know that wasn't going to work. And so now the real life Martha has allegedly been unmasked as Fiona Harvey, a Scots woman who moved to London. Harvey, who denies stalking him, is threatening to take action against Netflix. She told the Scottish Sun, I have a claim against Netflix as this is being billed as part of a true story. I am highly competent lawyer. The show claims that she's not. I'd have to do it myself. I'm very good. Again, this plays, if you've seen the show, you're reading this even more like, yeah, I don't know, girl. I don't know if I'm buying this. If she really is the person. I have a photographic memory and can memorize huge files. I was top at my school of everything. Harvey is fuming over how she is allegedly portrayed in the series, especially how she looks. I am very attractive. He's not Brad Pitt. He don't impress her much. There's a fat actress that's supposed to be me. Well, that's mean. She's an amazing actress, and she's stunning in real life, and you're not helping your cause here, alleged Martha. He's come up with this character called Martha, and he's put me right in the frame. This is a program for the 20-somethings, the people with no lives, no jobs, whatever. I don't want to be a celebrity. Harvey was previously accused of harassing 2 of Scotland's leading politicians. She came into contact with the late Glasgow MP, Jimmy Rye, who died in 2013. Miss Ray told how she gave Aberdeen University graduate Miss Harvey a trainee role, but she sacked her just days later because she was completely incapable of behaving herself. Miss Ray was then allegedly harassed by Miss Harvey, who was known as, at the time, as Fiona Muir. It also alleged Miss Harvey, originally from Aberdeenshire, had earlier harassed late First Minister Donald Dewar and made a bid to nominated a Hollywood seat. That's the real life cast there. Anyway, sorry, we have more interviews coming from that article directly, which is right here. But I wanted to get to this one quote. Like that Johnny Depp and Amber Heard thing, feel I'm being persecuted. Like Johnny Depp, I'm the Johnny Depp in this situation, being attacked by crazy people on the internet. Well, I have no doubt you're being bothered by people online, primarily because of these tweets that are now out there and still exist, which seemingly prove it's you, again, allegedly. But no, you're not Johnny Depp, ma'am. Don't you dare. That's absurd. And that's part of the reason now I want to get into the story to educate people of who this woman is, or at least alleged woman is, and the show. She's now been set with death threats and one being stalked herself. She's accused of being the real life stalker in this show, and she's now been identified as we just showed you. But the woman claims she has now been hit with death threats and is now being stalked. Fans of the series are being detective in real life, trying to scout her, and they found her. Speaking exclusively to the record, she revealed her life had been turned upside down as a result of the Scots comedian's true story. She said, I'm the victim here, not Richard Gadd. I've had death threats as a result of his show, despite the fact that a lot of the things he claimed are just not true. Now, let me just pause here to reiterate, leave this woman alone. Again, this is all alleged. We don't know. My goodness, leave her alone. This video is not in any way trying to have you go check her out and bother her and harass her. That's not helpful ever. That's illegal. It's wrong. Don't harass her, okay? Anyway, she continues her quote saying, I'm the victim here, not Richard. I've had death threats as a result of the show, despite the fact that a lot of the things he claimed are just not true. Not all of them, a lot. Someone online said, if I find you, I will kill you. Well, that's not okay. I don't know if I believe this woman, if she is the woman and what this show is even remotely 50% accurate, I'm not believing this woman. I got 2 hours of sleep last night. I thought, what if the supporters really do things like that? I think she's just smelling a lawsuit. Real life Martha, who is, and honestly, she might have one. The name is never mentioned on the show. There are just public places that have posted it, and now she's admitted it to press. She's put her own name out there, is what I would argue. So I would think she'll have a tougher time given that. It's, public record. There's criminal records and things, and he does not ever say her real name or real photos in the show itself. But she says she has a degree in law, and I have not watched Baby Reindeer, but I've seen various things. I mean, you kind of have to watch it to see if you have a lawsuit, girl. I was in Richard's company on occasion, but I didn't stalk him like he claims. His story is that this is a gross intrusion into my privacy. I haven't seen him in 12 years. Yeah, but during that time you did see him. What'd you do? I read that he had written the show that for a festival 4 or 5 years ago and thought, oh my God. This weekend I Googled and stories about Richard and Baby Reindeer were all over the place. That's true. He started as a sort of a one man show, which then picked up and got some more attention. I had been aware 4 or 5 years ago about calling the character Martha, and I saw the photo of the actress. I don't think I look like that woman. She then brings up the Johnny Depp comparison, which is nonsense. And real life Gadd as a writer and comedian, his 2013 Ebony Fringe show, Cheese and Crack Whores, depicted Gadd being close to a mental breakdown due to the stalking that he had endured. On the TV show, he plays Donny, a failing comedian who is partially complicit in his ordeal. He initially liked Martha's attention, even flirting with her. The real life Martha said, it's the #1 thing on Netflix, I believe. I don't find any of that funny. Obviously, I don't want people to know where I live, but I will not be silenced. Gadd claims to have been stalked for years after he gave his stalker a free cup of tea. His story has become the most talked about Netflix show in years. According to ABC News, the show has already taught up 53 million hours watched. The real life Martha insists she does not welcome the attention. I want to put this to rest. I want nothing to do with him. He is a nightmare. I just want to go on with my life. The scene of me in a cafe with him, which I've been shown, did not happen. I was in a bar and they were all having a carry-on, making jokes about knickers and pants, and God knows what. I was in company with him and 2 or 3 max with other people around. It was a case of me going out with Gadd for a meal or going on picnics with him. There were always other people around and we had not slept together. Looking back to when she met Gadd, she had, if he was in a bar going on and on about it treating me like a stalker, he said he liked to Google people and that he had read an article about me. He had clearly been putting in about the place that I was a stalker. He'd clearly been putting it about the place that I was a stalker. Both Richard Gadd and Netflix did not comment on this story. But going through sort of what's out there, yeah, this character's all over and you can sort of vouch it because here she's saying in February 29, well, the Holly Arms, I guess the alleged pub that he was in, is owned by the bipolar Elsie, very nasty, who likes to R teenagers. All the barmen are gay and R people too. The Irish bars are crap. Licensing objections to them. All of these bars are beyond crap. Yikes. There's a lot of these posts throughout her social media, which again, she's put public and she's writing all the posts just like the emails on the show. So again, she's not helping her cause. If she wants to be private, she shouldn't engage in any of this. And then she might add a case if she had gone straight to the lawyer, I think. But I think she's now sort of adding to it. Had to put my TikTok on private. Laura from the Mail keeps harassing me. I need to make make a cup of tea for me. She likes her tea and her other half apparently. So now she's in a relationship. I tell you the truth about Richard Gadd. He just couldn't let go. He just had to write a whole sitcom based around me. It's not a sitcom. He just won't let it go. He knew 1% that I would be stalked. Maybe that was his plan all along. Laura from the Daily Mail keeps harassing. Now her lawyer has your details. I'm shutting this account down. Not prepared to put up the abuse from these cybernauts. But then if you're having trouble, you should shut it down. I think I should start a new Twitter. I can't access my old one. It's all over the place in emotions. Are you shutting it down or are you starting new ones? I will be reporting all of Gadd-like stalkers to the police. Again, leave her alone. It's all over. She's posted like 100 times today on Facebook. All you journalists hounding my Wii phone is ridiculous. This is stalking. The irony is magnificent. Writing that I'm a deranged person and stalker, but you calling a person you never met 50 times. I agree. It's weird. All these people who are like calling her nonstop. You're not helping the cause, journalists. My head is not zipped to the back. Just stop. If you say I'm fake, look, these go way back on this account we checked. So I don't think it's a fake page. I think this is the same woman who spoke to the press. I think, again, allegedly. I don't know if it's the real Martha. I don't know anything about this. All I know is she's encouraging it. My main Facebook's being shut down. Everything's being sent to my sent to my lawyers. Again, all like Richard shows in the show. Blah blah blah. I don't want to be famous. Maybe you're all dying to be famous. Some of us people do not want to swim with vultures in a fish tank. Still being invading and retching Richard Gadd stalkers of 20th don't have a job and go on and on all day. She made herself some cheesy toasty to cheer her up. Okay. I don't respond to messages. I need to turn them off. Every journalist asking for an interview. I'm not Gadd. Why don't you then turn it off? You still haven't turned it off. And again, every few minutes there's something. And this is an interesting. Why don't they bring so there's another character in the show. Why didn't he use all this effort to bring his artist into court and get him convicted? Surely to God, dragging me and Art is far worse than what I supposedly did. Sent a few message after leading me on. She's basically acknowledging, well, yeah, I flirted back. It is what it is. But the truth is, they're not wrong here. Everyone's trying to figure out who Martha is in real life when we really should be trying to figure out who Darren is. Again, I won't spoil the show, but be warned, it's intense, it's heavy. And he has, there have been people that the sleuths online have tried to point as the real life Darren. And Richard has now made a statement saying, leave them alone. No, that's not true. And I agree with them. We all need to be very careful in what we're alleging, and especially going to harass or bother these people based on accusations or speculation or even internet sleuthing. That's not the way. So don't go there. Don't do it. So there you go. As she's even saying, why don't you all go find Gadd's artist and leave me alone? I'll never understand why Richard never tried to get him locked up and put all his effort into bringing a man to justice who so-called did that to him. But all this energy for a woman you led on. Why isn't Netflix Good Morning Daily fail not going after the artist? Goes to show Britain is a failed country who don't take R seriously. So she's got a lot of opinions. Gadd, no matter how much fortunes you make, you will always be a liar. So there it is. The real life Martha allegedly is letting it all out over there on Facebook, on Twitter. She's not letting him get away with this. She's apparently suing Netflix. Do you think she has a case? I'm curious what you all think. Does this woman surprise you as a potential Martha? Do you buy it? The more I look at it, it sure fits the mold. What do you think? And have you seen Baby Reindeer? What did you think? Did you get as bothered as I did? I want to hear your thoughts on that, on this. We got lots more coming. Do you want to know who the other characters are? Hit that subscribe, hit that bell for alerts, smash that thumbs up if you haven't already, and let me know your thoughts. Would you like more topics or more videos on this topic? Let me know down below. We got so much other pop culture stuff for you, so don't miss a video. Hit that subscribe and click on these as well.